loves God, she loves people, she loves her work, and she will not betray any of those three. She'll do her job good. She'll serve the people as they want her to serve, and she was elected. And she'll also be loyal to God, and she's not going to violate her conscience.
All right, folks, and joining us now on the Malzberg panel to talk more about Kim Davis and other issues as well, Jessica Tarlov, Democratic political consultant, political strategist at Douglas Schoen LLC, and Jack Burkman, radio host of Behind the Curtain with Jack Burkman. And welcome to both of you. All right, Jessica, so let's start with you. Kim Davis is out of jail. And I can't even imagine that she went to jail for this. Can you?
Yeah, I can imagine it. I mean, she was told that's what was going to happen. She wanted to stick with her conscience and not do her job, even though it's federally mandated. And that's what happens to you. She wasn't in there that long anyway, right?
Oh, yeah, 4 days in jail. I'm sure you could hack it real good, real easily. You know, Jack, here's the thing. As Mike Huckabee expressed so eloquently on one of the shows yesterday, Barack Obama and his Justice Department said, we're not going to enforce DOMA. They didn't just not enforce it. They said we're not going to enforce DOMA. By the way, the immigration laws that Obama doesn't like, he doesn't enforce them. No, and he says he won't. And the mayor of San Francisco performed gay marriages when it was illegal in San Francisco. None of them went to jail.
None of them went to jail. Steve, we pick and choose. We're no longer a nation of laws. Unfortunately, you're living in the past. You think this is a nation of laws under God and we follow the Constitution and follow the law. We don't do that anymore. We don't have a Justice Department. I'll tell you, the real news story here is that Huckabee succeeded in getting Trump out of the news cycle. First time in about 6 months. He displaced the Donald. Look, I mean, conscientious objectors, I wonder if Jessica would say that about Martin Luther King. He broke a lot of laws. All of us would say he probably did the right thing most of the time. That's okay. That's okay for him. Mike Huckabee, following his conscience, all of a sudden, all of these people are doing the wrong thing. I see a contradiction.
Jessica, I want you to hear this woman from The View, Michelle Collins. I don't know who the heck she is, but here's what she had to say about Kim Davis today.
Now, we'll be on top of all of that. This is a woman who's been married more times than everyone at this table combined. 4 times.
She's my top candidate for This Bitch Got a Man, by the way. I'm like 4 times. Have you seen the lady?
She will say, though, that she
I'm serious. She's a monster.
All right, she called her a bitch and a monster, and talking about how quote unquote unattractive she is. By the way, to the brainless Joy Behar, she was married 4 times. Since then, she's found God. Since then, she's changed her life. But don't try to bother Joy Behar with the facts. But what about that kind of language, Jessica?
I think it's awful. I mean, I don't think that's defensible by anyone. I don't think it's gross. I mean, I understand it's not a particularly heavy talk show, but I still think that it's a terrible way to talking about a woman who's sparked a lot of really important, conversation, dialogue in this nation. I happen to think that she is wrong in this instance and should have just let her deputies perform the ceremonies, sign the contracts.
You have to understand what the gay issue is to the left. It's more than just about protecting the rights of gays or alternative sexuality, things like that. The gay issue is the new counterculture. The left uses this. They don't care about the gay, the sexuality of it. They use it as a means of destroying the society. They want to tear down family, faith, freedom, community, everything. That's what this is. This is the counterculture. That's why it's so important to the left.
Absolutely. All right, I want to move on to Jessica, to Hillary Clinton. The polls show that she's at her lowest point yet. Her lead has dropped further and further. And now we have an unapologetic Hillary Clinton, by the way, who will not apologize for the emails and the whole shebang. Now she's going to smile more, and she's going to be funny and personable. You think she's going to fool anybody? Because if there's one person who's not funny and not personable in this whole wide world, it's Hillary Clinton, Jessica.
Yeah, I mean, I think planned spontaneity is always a mistake. But two, you're falling further and further in the polls. She's at 42%. She was at 52%. Biden now at 22%. And Sanders, I think, is at 18%. But this was never going to be the coronation that the right made it out to be. That was your narrative, not our narrative.
Oh, come on. Jack, Clinton, if you had predicted that Clinton would be at 42%, among Democrats right now, you'd say, what are you, crazy?
Oh, they'd say, see, the
It's
one thing
not
about
among
Hillary, the one thing
Democrats.
Jessica has to
1%.
understand is that this is not some isolated incident. If this email thing were a first time for her, we might see it differently. This is part and parcel of a 25-year, maybe even 30-year pattern of fraud and terrible corruption dating back to the 80s with the Whitewater land development. I was a Whitewater investigator in the 90s. I investigated the Clintons, Steve. I've been through this. I've been mowed down by their machine more times than I can remember.
Hey, Jessica, by the way, this is a Monmouth University poll, and it's among Democrats nationwide, and Hillary's got 42%, so it is among Democrats. Gotta go. Jessica Tarlov, Jack Burkman, thank you both. We're coming back. Don't go away.